Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 4 of Superman and Lois. We learned last week that whoever is behind, Henry's release and giving him these powers, which we of course know is Bruno and Automatopoeia and whoever else may be involved, but, they don't yet. But whoever is behind all this has a plentiful supply of Superman's blood, which is apparently what they are using to kind of make this process even happen. And Henry, not being as viable as they had hoped, but they want to keep him alive, are looking now for somebody else that they could try to push even further. So I'm really curious to see, what this season is going to build to. We already know that Lex is going to be showing up in the season. He was a big part of the casting for this whole thing. I'm wondering how he's going to come into play. I'm wondering to what extent Bruno is going to be involved within this as well. And are we going to have yet another bait and switch season where we think we know where this is going and then they throw with this curveball and it's something completely different? I'm very curious to see how this whole thing evolves. But with that all said, let's just go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. It's a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes and reaction the entire episode. Get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, trying to make it worth your while. So sure, go to way to support the channel, guys. If you enjoy this reaction, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really does help us out a great deal. And with that all said, guys, let's go ahead and hop into episode 4. Here we go.
Smoke's too thick. Barely see.
Yo! I mean, I'm always for opening an episode with Clark doing Superman shit, dude. Oh, and Jordan.
Everyone's gone, we're safe.
We need to get him a suit.
It's your mom.
Dad, I can handle this.
Start with the perimeter and you work your way in. Be careful.
No.
Lois, are you? Okay.
Just clumsy, and for the record, you don't get to use your super hearing to keep tabs on me just because I'm sick.
Oh, wow. Good job, Clark.
Dude, just give it back! Get out of my room!
You're back.
Lie! One day, you have 1,000
Not in my collar, all right? I told you!
What is wrong with you two?
He stole my hoodie! It's not his!
Aw.
Your mother just had her first round of chemo yesterday. Today, she needs to recover in peace and quiet. So what she's not going to listen to all day is the two of you up here fighting over a sweater. Well, maybe you guys just go do something outside the house today, huh? In case she needs to nap or she's not feeling well.
Yeah, I can head over to Candice's or something. I guess Grandpa wanted to go fishing.
Great. Off you go. Godspeed. If you need something, text me, not your mom. Do not bother your mother with anything.
Aw.
Idiot. Dumbass.
Aw.
I don't want to talk to her.
You don't hang up on your mother.
She shouldn't have slapped me.
She slapped you?
That's why I was so upset last night.
What happened?
She came home all pissy that you had asked her about Mr. Irons, and then
Oh, hell.
she's just been so pushy lately, and then I called her out on it, and
I'm sorry. Then you're stuck in the middle of this meet, though. I am. That should have never happened, though.
Agreed.
And I'm gonna make sure it never does again. Hey, I'm coming over.
Oh, God.
The kryptonite gauntlets used against you at the warehouse. Something about how they were made looked familiar, so I analyzed their construction. I think that tech was made by the me of this earth.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe there is a connection between Bruno Mannheim and my doppelganger's death. We know. What do you mean you know? We've kind of been investigating Mannheim. I asked you to leave it alone. Lois and Mannheim have a history. She thought if she could prove he killed your doppelganger, we could finally put him behind bars. So she went to talk to Dr. Irons. Lois talked to my sister. Darlene already lost her brother. She doesn't need to get dragged into this.
Is he going to confront him about it? Or is he here for Candice? Or is he just unwillingly going to have to confront him about it?
You stole my truck.
What'd you say?
You stole it. And you took it to a chop shop. Look, I know it was you. I had my mom's watch.
Just shut your mouth.
Oh, what? You don't want everyone hearing that you're a crap dad?
I don't like liars. Keep it up. You'll get more than my fist.
Ooh. Ooh.
Look, I'm just gonna go to Britain Dunn's real quick.
For popcorn?
Yeah, way back before they solved the case.
Clark. Now he's the one that's not able to stop investigating.
That assassin of his saw me in Lana's office. What if they come looking for me? If I'm gonna keep Nat safe, I need to know everything I can about the me of this earth.
Oh, that is going to be an awkward conversation.
I mean, my hood fell down for like a second, but you can't even see my face.
I can see your hair, which is why you're getting it cut.
No!
You're not serious.
That curly mop is just a big billboard telling the world who you really are.
Then I'll be more careful.
That's like, so many people have hair like him. That's not enough of an indicator, Sam.
Now, this is about you being responsible enough to be a hero.
Like, you even know what that means.
Don't you disrespect me like that. I'm a 4-star general in the U.S. Armed Forces.
That was fast.
Everybody's very emotional these last 2 episodes, man.
That looks like more than an elbow. Did you get into a fight?
No, okay? Just stop. It's fine.
Jonathan, what aren't you telling me?
Dad said not to bother you today.
He said that?
Okay, no. This isn't helping, okay? Just, please, just watch your show. I'm fine.
Lana, I think I deserve to know what happened.
Sarah said it was my fault you cheated on me.
She said what?
Look, it doesn't matter.
It does matter to me.
She was just trying to hurt me.
She should have never thrown my mistakes in your face. You
Agreed.
don't deserve that.
Hey, I got some popcorn, and I got some of those gummy worms you like.
Clark, it doesn't take that long to get gummy worms. Where were you?
You are bad at this, my guy.
Went to John Henry's. Babe, I just thought you could use a break from all the headaches.
From having 2 teenagers who are constantly messing up, it's not going to change because I'm sick. I am a mother and a wife and a reporter. Cancer doesn't change me. Telling people to treat me differently is not okay.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Now let's go make sure our son hasn't joined some stupid fight club.
Could be fun.
I guess it started a few days ago when my truck was stolen. Who stole your truck? Stolen? Do you guys know that Grandpa wants me to cut my hair?
Did you know that Jonathan's truck got stolen?
What happened to your face?
Did you know about the truck?
I mean,
Sit down.
Oh, God.
It's your dad. Something's coming up to the DOD.
Go, I've got this. Now start with the truck.
I've been looking into how Mannheim got his hands on your blood.
And?
It came from the DOD.
How is that even possible?
Huh. Inside
You
job?
were hospitalized after Allie Alston attacked you.
Oh, the DOD took my blood?
There you go. There it is. How do they harvest that much blood? I mean, they could possibly be cloning it to reproduce it.
I'm not your brother. I'm not your brother. I look like him, but I'm a different person from a different world.
Like the place with the square sun.
Something like that.
John became distant, paranoid. Then my dad heard from an old army friend that he was selling military weapons on the side.
He heard.
When my dad confronted John, he didn't deny it.
They probably had something on him.
Then John shut me out of his life. He told me that I would be better off without him.
Sounds like pushing him away to keep them safe.
We were pretty much inseparable.
Mm-hmm. It drove my father crazy.
He used to call us the Wonder Twins.
Ah.
I can't do this. It's not your fault. But please, don't come back.
Mr. Irons.
Oh no.
My boss would like a word.
Oh
Who's
no.
your boss?
Jonathan, who did this to you?
He's protecting them again, just like he did with the XK.
It's Candice's dad.
Emmett Pergandy did this?
Oh God.
Listen, whatever story he may have told.
Don't you dare call my son a liar, you miserable coward.
Watch your tone.
The only reason I am not calling the sheriff is because of your daughter.
Don't think I won't lay hands on a woman.
Men like you don't scare me.
Maybe I need to teach all 3 of you a lesson.
Mom, we should go.
What a little bitch.
Back in the car, both of you.
That's right. Best be getting back.
Beat his ass.
Get in the car.
Well, clearly all these bells and whistles aren't doing a damn thing. We need to make sure this never happens again.
I agree.
Well, there's that problem solved.
I don't know why I said it, and it was really hurtful. And I know it wasn't true. I just want things to be better.
This is a first step. So maybe just be willing to give it a try.
What's wrong? What happened?
We went to talk to Candice's dad.
He's the one who hit you?
And stole my truck. He threatened Mom with a gun.
It's fine, Clark. I handled it. This is not a job for Superman.
He's not going.
But he just wouldn't listen. How smart are you?
Oh my God.
Go to hell.
Yo! I hope he can make it, man.
Clark, are you okay?
Nope. Emmett Purgandi? I'm John Kent's dad. Lois Lane's husband.
Get the hell out of my face.
You hit my son. Pulled a gun on my wife. And now you and I are gonna step outside so we can talk.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
I'd really rather not do this in front of your daughter.
You think she hasn't seen this before?
Oh. Yes.
If you ever threaten my family again, take something that isn't yours, or sell another dangerous drug, I will come for you. Okay. Now leave.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm sorry to interrupt everyone's dinner.
Did my dad really hurt John? Can I see him?
Yeah, of course.
No. I'm assuming John still told her the thing, and for her to for them to kind of be on understandable terms after that's, again, shows some, a level of maturity the show is just, always on point with. Oh, woo, that was eerie.
Hold on, okay?
20 seconds.
I've seen this before. I designed this.
Why did they have to put it on a timer? I'm just gonna say, it's very, fucking, evil villain shit.
2, 1.
Yeah. You think the same.
I'm so sorry.
Damn, dude. Oh!
I should kill you right now. But you won't. You don't know me. I know your family, though. And not just that sister of yours here in Metropolis, but the whole family down in New
Oh my God.
Because if I see you or your war suit again, you're gonna find out exactly the kind of man I am.
God, man.
I'm so sorry.
This isn't your fault.
Those were his decisions, not yours.
It's just he's all I've got.
You have us. And until you figure everything out, you can stay here.
Seriously, for real?
I can. I mean, you have cancer.
Yeah, but it doesn't get to decide this. I do. And Clark.
Thank you, Miss Lane.
Gonna be honest with you, son. What you said really hurt my feelings. There was a time when I would not have admitted that, but it's true.
Well, you didn't deserve it. I feel bad. You were just trying to help me.
I appreciate you saying that.
We good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh.
All right, guess I gotta get this over with.
Hold on a second. After you ran off, I got to thinking about what it's like to be your age. How everything seems so damn important. Especially how you look. And even though I believe you'd benefit from a nice trim, maybe there's another option.
Like a helmet, a mask, something.
Had my team put together something.
Yo.
Should keep that hair of yours in check.
Please tell me it's not just a hoodie, though.
These belong to my dad.
Aww.
He flew a P-38 Lightning over Berlin in the Second World War. I want you to have them. Grandpa. Plus, I think they'll tie together the whole outfit. I'll have my grandson not looking sharp out there.
Thank you. I'll take care of them, I promise.
I know you will.
I need to see this suit.
Well, now that we got that over with, how about you and me go fishing for real this time? Yeah?
Man, I'd love to go fishing right now.
Maybe I should have another talk with Bruno. Not before I set up security measures that keeps Darlene and the rest of my family safe. How much time do you need? A couple weeks. Then we'll figure out a way to go after Mannheim.
Actually, I already have one. His hospital. If I sign up as a chemo patient there, I would be right in the middle of House Bay.
Looking firsthand into what he did to Henry Miller. And getting treatments from a place controlled by Mannheim.
That he has spent millions promoting as the best facility in the country. He's not going to let anything bad happen to me there. It's too public.
She's a too high-profile figure, too, if it did. Interesting.
You think she's really just coming to Hobbs Bay for treatment?
No.
If you want her taken out.
Then I'll make those arrangements. For now, we need to know what she wants.
Got someone in mind to help out with that?
I do. Me.
Oh. Dude, I loved this episode. Last episode was really good too, but I really like this one also. The writing this season so far is just on point. I think I think last season I just wasn't really into the whole Allie Alston cult thing because I didn't really think they handled it all that well. Bruno's a character you can understand, and you could have done a lot with the Allie Alston thing, but they just I don't know, struggled to make that character wholly interesting. And they really had an opportunity to. They just never really spent any time on Allie. It was always on everybody else. But anyway, that's a whole other season. Again, I love how Kyle became this mediator for the family, especially once everything came out, you know, about both sides of why Sarah wasn't at home. And even last episode, even last video, I did say that I think that, you know, Sarah crossed a line when she said what she said. However, that still doesn't warrant what Lana did. It doesn't excuse what Sarah did or said, but Lana did start off being completely unreasonable in her daughter's relationship with her father. That is between Lana and Kyle. That is not at all Sarah's doing to have to hide things from her dad. And again, Lana was projecting. Again, she was going through a lot of other stuff going on. Her head's not in the best place. She's busy with work. She just got attacked. There's a lot of things she's not really thinking about, and she's just kind of on defense mode at this point. So immediately when Kyle confronted her, she assumed that it was Sarah's fault and came in as the aggressor in that situation. Again, in a reasonable situation, it should have never escalated to that point, but what happened happened. And that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes that is just how people react. And sometimes when you're pushed, you're prodded, and you're seeing this like level of hypocrisy. Even as a kid, sometimes you just lash out and you just say something you don't really believe or mean, and you just want that sting to be felt by them or whatever. It's just like, it's a very teenager thing to do, and I've been guilty of it myself. It's like sometimes whenever you get pushed or whatever, you just want to weaponize what you can just to hit back in any way that you can, and sometimes that's the only resort you can. Doesn't excuse it, again, and that's the thing that I love about this show, is that they go through these very real situations, and then they talk through it. Everybody's working through everything. We never really let any of these long-standing issues fester to the point where they become this whole thing that they don't need to be. You know, Kyle stepped in to make sure that the relationship, regardless of what's going on between Lana and him, try to make sure and protect the relationship between Sarah and Lana, and being real about both of them, to both of them, even if he was working on half information most of the time. But again, that's another thing that happens too when you get into situations similar to this or whatever, where you did something kind of wrong, but you also are justified in the reaction that you have, but you don't want to admit your part of it. I don't know. It's a very grounded and real situation. And then I'm curious to see, I like that they have stuff for John to do, and John has a storyline going on in this. Everybody has a storyline in this as well, and that's the kind of an issue with season 2 as well, is John just kind of felt like he was tagging along for most of the season out after the whole XK debacle with his abuse of it. After that storyline wrapped up, he didn't really have anything else to do. So I hope they keep this up, and you know, he at least has his own thing going on to keep things kind of moving. Oh my God, I loved seeing how the parents reacted to this. Lois going in and confronting him just outright, and then just the way the guy carried himself, all high and mighty and all that, and then dad mode, husband mode, Clark found out about that real quick and shut that down. I loved that. Dude, when he pushed him and he didn't even budge, I got like Man of Steel vibes. I mean, I know that's a pretty frequent thing, but that's immediate thing, like the barroom fight, kind of similar diner setting. He's like, and nothing. And then he's like, nice. Boom! You threaten my family again, and you will not be having a good day, sir. Dude, I love that, because that is a thing. You know, Clark is a mediator. He is a ambassador. He is this person who will hear out every side. But yeah, I love that there's this stern part that came out when his family was threatened in this way, like this guy, and that he just shut it down because, yeah, no, you don't. You're not going to do that. And he did it publicly to this guy too. Oh man, Diner had an interesting night that day. Though I would say, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess a public place is a great place to have that conversation just because of what happened initially. You know, maybe to feel a little more comfortable and be somewhere neutral. But I'm a little like, I was like a little wary of Lana, Kyle, and Sarah having that conversation there where they might not want that being overheard. But it did make it an interesting little like reaction piece when Kyle and them were like, whoa, what in the world are we witnessing right now? John Henry's arc throughout this, or not really arc, but his storyline in this, looking into his sister, looking into what Clark and Lois has kind of dipped their toes into as he didn't know. No one really knew that they were separately investigating these things. And now that they found out, he's just like, the hell? And again, I like that everybody kind of has their faults here and there. And I like that anytime anybody steps over a line, it always kind of works out. Because they should have kept him in the loop with them investigating his doppelganger and all that stuff, even after what he talked to them about with Dickel and all this. So, like, I don't know. I like that also kind of culminated itself, but also just shows, again, what happens when John Henry's pushed. And I assume he's probably just going to take a week or so off from the show. Maybe we won't see him, since he said he'll be taking a week to like set up all these security measures to protect his family in New Orleans and here. So Bruno can't do what he can do. So when he gets back, though, they're going all ham on taking him down. But I'm really curious to see how Bruno's going to react to this. It really doesn't sound like to me that the John Henry of this world like just willfully went along with all this. It does. To me, I get the vibe that, you know, he was probably leveraged and that, you know, he didn't want anything to do with us. He was pushing us away. It just seems like a very, like, get out of here, go, be free, dog moment, you know, throw the rocks, get the dog to run away. trying to protect the dog from you, it's felt like he's trying to, maybe I'm just projecting, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but my gut was feeling like that just sounds like somebody that is stuck in a serious situation and doesn't want you anywhere near it. And if he's going to go down, he doesn't want you to go down with him. I want to believe that he was pushing them away to protect them, and hope maybe we'll learn that. But we had some really interesting turns in this story too, and how Lois's cancer is her way into this investigation. She's weaponizing it, owning it in a way to do this thing that she's been told over and over again not to really do this season. And again, I love that she's keeping her autonomy. She's being firm and not letting this define who she is right now, but being real about it after those couple of hurdles in the beginning. We feasibly think that we got the explanation as far as how Bruno got Clark's blood, when he was human, when Ali Allison attacked him. And I saw some of the other comments say this, but I was like, to the extent that they had it seemed like a little excessive. Now, they could have cloned it. We don't know. They did say it would take a lot of effort to reproduce this, even from just a single drop. And all the vials that the DOD has was accounted for. So I'm wondering if, they did get it a different way, or if somebody in the DOD is on Bruno's payroll. If that is the case, though, you think something would be missing, something would be amiss. So I don't know. We still never actually saw anybody recover Bizarro's body. And they do have an exact makeup. So, I mean, that could also be a possibility, because it would be human on this body after long exposure to our sun anyway. We saw that happening. That's one of the reasons why he died. But, they could have been harvested from that. Or they just got their hands on a little bit, not enough to really kind of set off any alarms. But again, the question is how they get it. If he's running these hospitals, maybe somebody got it while that blood was drawn in the hospital, and then they've just synthesized it. But at least we got some idea now of how Clark's blood was exposed out into the world. And it's just not that I forgot that he was human in that segment or anything like that. It's just that while he was human, to harvest that much blood while he was in a weakened state like that would have killed him. The amount that filled those freezers. And even what they have there, I mean, you could do that over a course of a couple days. I can't remember how long he was actually hospitalized, but that's a lot of vials of blood. I didn't count them, but that was quite a bit. Draining him that often wouldn't be too great, too healthy, but it is what it is. And even if they got just a little bit, they may have been able to clone it, maybe synthesize their own version of his blood, but doing that successfully, I don't know. Anyway, I like this episode a lot. I think it touched on everything. We got the Jordan thing with him wanting to cut his hair because he got seen by some kind of footage satellite. Something caught an image of him where it had his iconic curly hair. Again, I don't think that's as big a deal as they made it out to be, because plenty of people around the world have that hairstyle. I mean, I don't think that's going to narrow it down enough. But I do like the moments with him and Sam, with them kind of, again, being this kind of unit all on their own. And, again, kind of on a lesser scale, a similar situation with what happened to Sarah and Lana in this, where he just, said something hurtful in a situation where he was uncomfortable and didn't want to do what was being asked of him. And again, it came back around and worked itself out in the end. I really like those two and seeing them hang out. And man, I really got me in the mood to go fishing, though, when they brought that up and actually going to go do it. But then he also had them develop a suit for him, which looked like it just had like a suit and then a hood, which again, the hood was the problem because the hood fell down. So I'm hoping, and just because he's got goggles, I don't know if that's going to be a whole thing to help protect him. I know that's a thing in the comics, not for Jordan because Jordan doesn't exist in the comics, but for Superboy initially, I believe he had goggles once or twice in certain iterations. I could be wrong. Could be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure one of them had goggles. But just give him a freaking helmet or a cowl. But anyway, great episode. Guys, what do you think? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us on our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sher, Ryan, Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Coruscant, Margaret Grace, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Raven McGann, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sefral, Jake and Trail, Josh Lee. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and everybody who's been supporting the channel and helping us grow and get to where we are today. That's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.